Hey guys, today I'm going to be showing you how to make a really easy pasta using up all the vegetables that are good together right now. So I'm just using like a bow tie type pasta, zucchini, bell pepper, tomatoes, a little bit of parsley at the end, a leek, and a sweet corn. I'm also going to top it with some toasted pine nuts. So very importantly, first thing you're going to do is salt your pasta water. I kind of pour it into the palm of my hand, a nice little mound, and dump it all in the water. I have about 2 quarts of water in this pot. Next, we're going to take the seeds out of our tomato. So you can either cut the little base off and then scoop out the seeds with your fingers, or you can kind of like use the tip of a knife and cut all the seeds out of the center. Basically, you just don't want your sauce to be too wet from the seeds. So once the tomatoes are all seeded, I'm just going to julienne them into thick strips. And we're going to be cutting all of our vegetables and setting it to the side. And then we're going to boil our pasta. We're going to saute our vegetables, and we're going to end up combining them and using the pasta water to help thicken all the juices from the vegetables. So take your bell pepper, cut the top and the bottom off. Remove the seeds and ribs, and then julienne the flesh into about 2 inches long and 1/4 inch wide. You can also cut the top and the bottom so there's no waste. For the zucchini, I'm just going to cut the top and the bottom off, slice it down the middle, and do really thin half moons. Since I have such a big zucchini, I'm only going to use about half of it for this dish, but you can save the other half for anything else you're going to make throughout the week. For the leek, trim the dark green part off on the top and the roots on the bottom off, and you can save these. They're really great for stocks. And then for the leek itself, cut it down the middle long ways, and you can see all the different layers. Those are gonna probably have some dirt or sand in between the layers as they grow. So we're gonna cut them into half moons, put them in a bowl, cover it with water, and then just kind of like break the layers apart with your fingers to remove any dirt from between the layers. Once they're looking clean, just drain the water off and set the leeks to the side. Next, we're going to take the corn off the cob. So simply shuck the corn and stand the corn upright and use your knife to cut the kernels off the cob. It'll be the easiest way to incorporate the corn into our dish. In the meantime, I'm going to toast some pine nuts. So to toast the pine nuts, just get a pan a little bit hot with a teeny bit of oil and just let your pine nuts toast, stirring them or flipping them often. You'll want to pour them into a bowl with a paper towel. When they're a little like golden, they will darken as they cool. So set those aside, let them cool. Next, we're going to make our vegetable saute. So get a nice big pan, really hot. Put probably about 2 tablespoons of oil in there. And we'll add our zucchini first. Let it cook for about 2 minutes. Then we'll add our leeks. We're basically going to be building flavors and cooking stuff from hardest to softest. So zucchini in first, then the leeks. They'll start to cook. Then add the bell peppers. Stir everything around and let it cook for about another 3 minutes. Then we'll add our corn, give that a nice little stir, cook it for a little bit longer. Then we're going to add all of our tomatoes, and this will actually start to cook down and kind of make like a pan sauce. At this point, if you would like, throw in a knob of butter to kind of bring everything together. Then it'll be time to boil our pasta. So I have 3 cups of pasta. I plan on feeding a few people. Immediately stir your pasta as soon as it goes in the boiling water. And as you can see, the vegetables are almost ready. They've given up a lot of their moisture. I'm going to season them with some salt and set them to the side while the pasta is cooking. So bring your vegetables next to your pasta, and by the time your noodles are ready to cook, we're going to basically drain them from the pot, put them into the vegetables, and then cook it all together. But you're going to want to save the pasta water. All the starches from cooking the noodles will be in that water, and it'll actually help kind of emulsify all the pan sauce from the vegetables you cooked. So use a strainer and just simply lift out the noodles, shake them dry, and dump them on top of your vegetables. Set your pasta water to the side, put your whole pan of vegetables and noodles back on the stove, stir it all together. I like to add a little more butter at this point. And the butter will start to coat everything and make its own sauce as well. So I'm using about maybe a half a cup to a cup of pasta water. Add it slowly. Then you're going to want to vigorously stir and shake the pan up, and it'll kind of bind everything together. And then you can have a creamy sauce without actually putting any cream in there. And then you're ready to eat. So I like to put everything in a nice big bowl, and I'll garnish it for a few extra flavors to go on top. For the garnish, I like to sprinkle on Parmesan cheese all over the top, some chopped parsley to bring in some freshness, and then the toasted pine nuts for some crunch and some earthiness. And it's ready to enjoy. Thanks for watching.